From visas and flights to places to go. Books that teach you all you should know. We read, review, and guide your way. Learning and travel, side by side each day. Travel with ease, learn it right. Education and travel simplified. Travel with ease, day or night. Your trusted voice on radio. Yeah. With Tabio Don Samson on the mic. Every Wednesday, 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. On JDN Radio 101.5 FM. Every with peace. Learn education and travel simple. Travel with ease, stress-free journey. Your education and travel simplified. Travel with ease, knowledge meets to story. See the world a smarter way. Travel with ease, day or night. Your trusted voice on radio. Yeah.
It's 4 o'clock in the morning, and you're at the Muritala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos. Your eyes are still heavy with sleep. You are holding your phone with your flight booking confirmation on the screen, and the departure hall is full of people moving in different directions. And then you look at your itinerary, and you see something like this: LOS-DXB-LHR. The path 0545 arrived 1320 plus 1 MC 90 minutes. Terminal 3 code share EK745/BA4507. And you just stand there staring, confused, not knowing if you are at the right terminal, not knowing what +1 means, not knowing what code share means, not knowing how much time you have between flights. And now the self-doubt is setting in. What if I miss my connection? That moment right there, that panic, that confusion, that airport is exactly what today's show is designed to eliminate. Because here is the truth. A flight itinerary is not complicated. It just looks complicated because nobody ever taught you how to read it. It's like the first time you saw a music chord chart, confusing for about 5 minutes, completely clear out of your sight. So today we will be talking I'm going to be walking you through a full real-world flight itinerary, and that will be bringing us to our topic for today, reading your flight itinerary, and that is what we'll be discussing today. So call everyone as we will be discussing that. I am Abiodun Samson, and I'm welcoming you to Travel With Ease, your travel companion on radio, on JDN Radio 101.5 FM. So call everyone, because today it's something we need to talk about. No one ever taught you this, but we will be doing that today on the radio.
Open your mind, see the world with ease. Learn as you travel, travel with peace. Oh, travel with peace. Stress-free journey. Your education and travel simplified. Travel with ease. Knowledge meets discovery. See the world this smarter way. From visas and flights to places to go. Books that teach you all you should know. We read, review, and guide your way. Learn side each day. Oh, travel with ease, learn it right. Education and travel simplified. Travel with ease. Day or night, your trusted voice on.
Welcome back. If you are just joining us right now, it's still your travel companion on radio. The program Travel with Ease only on JDN Radio 101.5 FM, the only radio station that is broadcasting for all. And last week we talked about the health declaration form, which is the new law if you are coming into Nigeria or you are traveling or you are coming in back to Nigeria. So today is all about how you can read your flight itinerary. Reading your flight itinerary, understanding what the things you need to know about your flight itinerary. And like I said when I entered, I said there are times you just felt it's time to go. They just tell you you have to be there maybe 1 hour before your flight or 2 hours. But you understanding your itinerary will help you. So if you are here with me right now, you can pick your phone. Yeah, and open to Google and try to find any flight itinerary, even if you've not traveled before. So you can just Google flight itinerary. So from there, you will see the sample of what I'm talking about. And it's not always, each flight itinerary might be different depending on the flights, the kind of airlines that you are going with. So the example that I will be making, it will still be in that anyone you see online, but then it might be in different locations. So when we are talking about flight itinerary, the very first thing you see at the top of every flight itinerary is usually a short combination of letters and numbers. That's the first thing you see. And this thing, it looks like something like K7T2XP. And they will put an hyphen, something like a dash. We call it a dash, but it's actually an hyphen. Or it could come in form of A, B, C, D, E, I. Or it can even come in form of XY7K9M. It is usually 6 characters. Sometimes it can be 5. And it is always a mix of letters and numbers. That's just it. It's always a mix of numbers and letters. And the first thing you see is always called the PNR code. That is your passenger name record. So some airlines call it your booking reference, some call it your confirmation number. All of them means the same thing. And this small combination of 6 characters is one of the most powerful thing on your entire itinerary.
Review and guide your way, learning and travel side by side each day. Oh, travel. Education and travel simplified.
You might be asking yourself, why is it so important for me to know about my itinerary? It is very important because this code holds your entire journey into the airline system. Every seat assigned to you, every flight booked for you, every meal preferences, and every checked baggage allowance. All of it is attached to this one code that you have. So if anything goes wrong at the airport, your flight is delayed or your seat has an issue, you need to make a change. This is the first thing any airline staff member will ask you for. They will ask you the PNR, that is your passenger name record. It's the first thing they will ask. And the PNR also tells you something very important about your journey. So when we are talking about a flight itinerary, having one PNR covering all your flight means that one ticket, that ticket that you are holding, it's continuous. Will give you a continuous journey. That the airline has sold you a single package, and this is what professionals call a single ticket for thorough tickets. And these kind of ticket distinctions, it matters seriously, because when you have a connecting flight, it is this flight that will connect you by themselves, not you trying to catch a transit flight in another place and you got there late, so they will be the one to handle the next flight that you will be going with. So even if your flight is delayed from the first airline, they will be the one that is responsible. So that is when we are talking about a flight that is sold a single package that will cover all your trip. So one of the most important thing I just talked about is the passenger name record, and I said that it usually comes in 6 letters with numbers, or 5 depending on the airlines that you are flying.
Open your mind, see the world with ease. Learn as you travel, travel with ease. Travel with ease, stress-free journeys. Your education, travel simplified. Travel with ease, knowledge need discovered. See the world the smarter way. From visas and flights to places to go. Books that teach you all you should know. We read, review, and guide your way. Learning and travel, side by side each day. Travel with ease, learn it right. Education and travel simplified. Travel with ease, day or night. Your trusted voice on radio.
Now you will be asking yourself, how do I know if I have one ticket that will cover every of my trip? So how do you tell? You need to look for the confirmation. Yes, you need to look for the confirmation. That is your one PNR covering every leg. It means that this one that you are holding is a single ticket. And 2 separate information means you are a self-transfer person. So even if a booking site presented them together, that means if it has 2 separate confirmation, that means you would have to leave from one to another. So when you see the PNR at the top of your itinerary, check whether all your flights shares one code. That's how you're going to know. Check if they share one code or whether you have a different code for different flights. Because that small check will save you thousands of naira if something goes wrong on your journey. Also, it is always important that you write that PNR down somewhere separate from your phone. Most of the time when we have itinerary, it's always on our phone. We don't write it elsewhere and we don't feel like printing it out. We just feel like when we get to the airport, we just show them the phone and all of that. So it's always good that you write them down, or preferably you print it out. Yes, it's preferably you print it out, because your phone battery might die at the airport and you still need to be able to give that code to the airline staff. So do not keep it only on your screen. Make sure that you get it printed out. So the passenger name, I said that they are the most important things. So what are the warnings for your name record, your passenger name record? What are those things that is important? Now, if you are writing your name the usual way or the way it is written on your passport, you should fill it the same way for your flight itinerary. So if your name on your passenger is, let's use this name as Adeyemi Fumilayo Mrs. Or sometimes you always write Adeyemi Fumilayo F. Now you can see that there is difference between the name Adeyemi Fumilayo Mrs. and Adeyemi Fumilayo F. They are 2 different names, but because you write them differently and you do the same, you have maybe Mrs. on your passport, you now have Adeyemi Fumilayo F on your itinerary. They are going to mistake you for someone else, or you are trying to scam the Mrs. as you. So it is always important. It looks simple, it's just the difference of the Mrs. and the F. So there are some people that it's only a letter that differentiates their own name from another person's name. So to clarify things, it's always good that whatever way you've written your name on your passport, it should be the same way it should be written on every of your flight itinerary, because it sounds like something that is tiny, but it can actually delay your journey. You still travel with us on JDN Radio 101.5 FM. And do not forget that we are live on Facebook and on YouTube as JDN Radio 101.5 FM and on Radio Garden as JDN Radio 101.5 FM. Let's take a moment.
Your education, travel simplified. Travel with ease, knowledge me pissed up. See the world the smarter way. From visas and flights to places to go. Books that teach you all you should know. We read, review, and guide your way. Learning and travel, side by side each day. Travel with ease, learn it right. Education and travel simplified. Travel with ease,
And you can also join us by calling into the studio line to be part of the conversation. If you have any question pertaining to travels or any other questions aside what I'm talking about and you want to ask concerning travels, you can also send that. You can call into the studio line on 07048 001015 and 08022102163. And you can send a WhatsApp message to 09132069135. 09132069135. Now, there is something very important. When you get your flight itinerary confirmation, the most important thing that you need to do immediately after receiving your confirmation that your itinerary is set is that you have to immediately check that your name is spelled correctly and appears in the same order as your passport. Yes, very important. Don't say out of excitement, you've seen it, you've downloaded it, you've checked it, you are going to UK or you are going to United States and you were so excited that you did not even check if the arrangement of the name matches what you have on your passport, the order that it appears on your passport. So if there's any error, you will be able to contact the airline or your travel agents immediately, because most airlines, they allow free name correction within 24 hours of booking, and after 24 hours there is usually a fee for you to pay. So to avoid you paying an extra fee or to avoid you having a cancelled trip, it is always good that you check that your name is spelled correctly. You check that your name is spelled correctly. So if you are just tuning in right now, it's still JDN Radio 101.5 FM, and the program you are listening to is Travel With Ease, your travel companion on radio on JDN Radio 101.5 FM. And today I am only letting us know, enlightening us on reading your flight itinerary. We are looking at reading your flight itinerary. Let's take a moment.
see the world with ease. Learn as you travel, travel with peace. Oh, travel with peace. Stress-free journey. Your education and travel simplified. Travel with ease. Knowledge meets discovery. See the world the smarter way. From visas and flights to places to go. Books that teach you all you should know. We read, review, and guide your way. Learning and travel side by side each day. Oh, travel with ease. Learn it right. Education and travel.
All right, this still Travel With Ease, your travel companion on radio, and we are looking at it step by step, how to read your itinerary. So you get this and you understand when you are going, you'll be able to read your ticket. Like I said, you can pick anyone online. If you have not been opportune to get a ticket, you can always see ones online and use that to learn. So the next one I will be talking about now, time is no longer on my side, but the next few minutes, I just want to chip in this, although I'm going to continue next week, but it's about the airport codes and the route display. The airport code and the route display. So at times when we look at our flight itinerary and you see something like LOS, that is loss, DBX, LHR. Now those three letter combination are what we call airport codes. Airport code, international airport codes, and they use in short for IATA, and is the standardized abbreviation for every airport in the world. So every airport globally has its own unique three-letter code that appears on all airline tickets, departure boards, and baggage tags worldwide. So let me just give you ones every Nigerian travelers need to know. Yes, so when you see LOS, it means Muritala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos. That is LOS. So when you see ABV, that is Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. When you see KAN, that is Malam Aminu Kano International Airport, Kano. And when you see PHC, that is Port Harcourt International Airport, Common Connecting Hubs. And when you see DXB, that is Dubai International Airport, probably the most common layover every people use for Nigerians flying to Europe or Asia or Australia. So when you see ADD, that is Addis Ababa Bole International Airport, and this go well with the Ethiopian's airline orbs, and it is the one that is very popular for every Nigerian flying to East Africa, Europe or America. So when you see the LHR, that is Heathrow Airport London. Yes, Heathrow Airport London. So I'm going to be stopping there for today. I still have a whole long list of the short codes. The first one is LOS. When you see it on it, it means Muritala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, and ABV is Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. So you know where you are picking your flight from, you know where you are landing. So I will be calling it a wrap today, as I will be continuing next week. So if you have any question pertaining to reading your flight itinerary, you can send into my WhatsApp on 091-320-69135. And to everyone that has been part of us listening and those that have been online, we appreciate your presence. We appreciate you for tuning in right now and keeping it locked down to JDN Radio 101.5 FM. Appreciating everyone that has made today's program a success. We say a very big thank you. I remain Abiodun Samson till I come your way next week, Wednesday, on the same dial, 101.5 FM, for the concluding part on how me and you can read our flight itinerary. Till then, keep it locked down to JDN Radio 101.5 FM. Shortly after now, the sport filler will be coming in, and Ilera Loro will be coming on air as well. So do not take it away, as more interesting programs are coming in. Bye.